Hello everyone, my name is Olivia, and for today's video I'm going to be doing 2 wraps for you, and I'm doing them in this video 2 wraps because they are closely related. I'm going to be doing one I'm calling the Flutter wrap, and the second one is the double Flutter wrap. So you can see why I chose to put them in the same video, but these will be done with 1 and 2 original 2-in-1s respectively. I'm picking for today's colors this beautiful bright coral and lime green. Now I also have on a smaller shaper than my normal. I am wearing a signature shaper, and I wanted to keep this one small because it is just a rather delicate look, and I think it looks better with a smaller shaper. You could also do this one with a with no shaper, just a velvet headband. That would work really great for this style, or I should say these styles, but feel free to experiment with larger shapers if you'd like. Just keep in mind that the largest shapers might not be covered completely by just a single original 2-in-1. All right, so for this wrap, I'm going to be placing the coral scarf on my head, the bright coral, and it's even-ish. And not being too fussy about it, but it's even-ish. I'm going to fold over the front just a little bit to get that nice edge that I like in the front. I am gathering up in the back. If you'd like to tie a knot, feel free. I am not going to be tying a knot. I'm going to be crisscrossing and then neatening up the tails. This will tell me which way it wants to fold. It's not really necessary, but I like to keep things neat. Okay. All right. I'm going to bring these up. And the placement of the flutter is up to you. I want the flutter for this wrap to be right up in the center. You can do it off to the side here, but I like it for this style to be right up in the center. Okay, so what I did was I crisscrossed it wrong. I want the left-hand side to be up front, and I'm going to just start to tie a knot. But I'm just going to be pulling it through to about this point. And I'm going to be opening it up. And there we have it. Got a nice flutter right here. Okay, so you can make this as big or as small as you like. I like it so that it is about the length of Betty Bangs. It's really small on my forehead. Again, you could make it longer, but I'm digging it a little bit smaller. I'm taking these edges and I'm finding this pocket and I'm going to tuck it in. Spread it out, make sure I have it fully opened. Taking the other edge, finding the other pocket, and just a little tiny bit tucked in. Now, the fringes, let's see, where are you? There you are. I like to have them down the right side, like so. But you could flip it over and have it down the left side as well. The best part about having this in the center is I can choose which side I'd like to have the fringes down. It's pretty versatile that way. So if you feel you look better from this side, go for it. Or flip it back over to the original side. I do like to play with the tails over here just to get a bit of that fringe to show at the top, because I think it adds a little bit of texture and movement to the whole look. Now I am going to spin around and show you. This is the back. And then this side. Now, another thing with this, if you want to add a bit of an accessory, you can add it up here, and that's totally cool, or you could leave it completely blank like this. All right, so for the double flutter, I'm going to need the lime green as well as the bright coral. Now when I tie these on, I'm going to start out with the bright coral and do the same thing, even-ish. And placement, just like so. Okay. I am going to give this one a quick tie, just, let's see how even-ish these guys are. Okay, good enough. All right, I am gonna give this one a quick tie, just because I'm using 2 scarves. Okay, I'm going to leave them hang down. Now this one can also be worn prettily behind the ears. So it doesn't, if you prefer your wraps behind your ears, you can definitely wear this behind the ears and it will still be lovely. I prefer mine over my ears though. Okay, now I'm going to be taking the bright coral, and when I put it on my head, I am just going to put it on sash-like. So I'm just kind of gathering it up. So you can see, I'll show you. Kind of just like this, scrunching it up. And I'm going to place it on my head so that I have one short end, very, very short. Or I should say one short end, just long enough to come up and tie at the top. So let's see. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. So this is what you end up with. This very long tail on this side after crisscrossing, and this little short tail. Okay, so now that I have it here, I am going to do that tie. Now I'm going to bring it up, and this might take me 1 second. Yes, I want to do the same tie that I did before and bring the loop to the front. You can see. Now, as you can see, I have this little tail here. I'm just going to tuck it in. Just like so. Just hide as much of it as I can. Okay, I am going to reach in and spread this out. It's easier to do now. Get it all nice and spread out. Now I'm taking this other piece, which is just the tail that I made this loop from. I'm going to bring it forward and fold it back on itself. I want to make it slightly shorter than the first one. So, like so. And I'm bringing the tails down the side, and I will tuck them in temporarily to the side. I will do a better tuck in momentarily. Okay, now I'm taking the green, not being fussy about it. I'm just bringing it up and over, taking the second green, bringing it up and over, and I'm just going to be tying a knot right here. And we must be careful not to dislodge the ruffle. Okay, let this fall over. And then I'm going to open up this second frill. You can see a little bit of the fringes in here that want to come out. I'm just going to tuck them back in. So I have this Cute double frill. Now, if this is too far back, you can shift it forward. Just give a good push, and it should all move forward a little bit. Okay. Give this an even better tie. If you feel the need to tuck in, you're more than welcome to tuck in the little edge in the green just to hold it in place. Same over here, but this is what the top looks like. And this is the double flutter wrap. It almost looks like a pretty flower, little tulip on the top. All right, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.